And let's just jump into the first demonstration, which is about batch geocoding. And so the GT Loca Explore Batch Geocoding interface is a web-based interface. And so what we can do in this example here is we can take an existing text file or a spreadsheet and we can upload that for batch geocoding. So what I'm going to show you here is just a sample or a spreadsheet or a text file loaded with a number of fields. And you see it's sort of semi-parsed, it's got locality and suburb separated out. And so in order to do that, I need to actually go and define a template that's around that. We know it was a 5-column spreadsheet, and in the second column we had address details, the third we had locality, and in the last one we actually had the state there. And so I can actually go and define that as a template, and I'm just going to give that a unique name. So I'm going to call that Webinar 2. I'm going to specify that the first line is the heading, and we're also going to expect a CSV file as input. And so I can save that input setting. So now if I've got multiple files, I'm just going to use that same input template, if you like. For the output, I'm going to specify the engine, the matching engine. You see there I had PAF engines, and actually I'm going to use GNAF as my engine here. I specify the input, and I can actually now nominate the fields that I want to include in my output that I'm going to get as a direct result of that geocoding exercise. I don't need the postcode, I just need the lat and long and the matched ID. And so now I can give that an output setting name as well. And so I'm just going to type in Webinar 2 out. And so I can put that in and specify that the file format there will be a CSV, although I can override that at a later stage. Now save. Now I've got my 2 formats for my input and my output, and I can now progress to the next stage. So I'll go up to the Create New Job entry up here, and I'm going to type in the name of the job that I'm creating. And you can see it's given me a new ID. I'm going to say that I'm going to use the GNAF engine, so against the national address file, I've got my input and output settings. And here's that CSV file, which we saw before in a spreadsheet. And now I just hit go, effectively. I can now go and open that up and see how it's progressing while it's actually churning through that. There's around about just over 1,000, about 1,200 records, I think, in there. And we can see it in real time as it's ticking along, and now it's finished. So that was pretty quick. I can see that of my 1,000 odd, I got almost 96% have matched to the address, and you can see that up in the top right. And I can get more information by just opening up the detailed view. If I now want to go and export that out, apologies for running so quickly through this, but I've got some other things I need to get through here as well. If I want to push that out, I can now push that out into an Excel spreadsheet file as well, and we can have a quick look. And if I just sort of scroll across, you can see the columns, and just across there you can start to see the confidence level in the matching, the match IDs from GNAF, and the lats and longs from the geocoding exercise. And so then that file typically would be passed back to the customer, and so that's the batch geocoding. And so we manage millions of records each year through that particular process. It's been quite successful.